Welcome, folks, back to Final Fantasy XI. It has been a bit. It has been a little bit, and it's completely my fault, but that's beside the point. Finally, we're on to the complicated bit. That is of mission 3-3. And it... You'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean. So, first off, we need to get to where we need to go. Since we need to pick up a Mimeo jewel, the fastest way to go there is through these Unity NPCs, as is a lot of the things. A level 125 in Atoa Chasm. I'll tell you this now, I hate Atoa. It is one of those maps that is always bad. Always bad. Getting to where we need to go. There's one way to get to where we need to go. And honestly, this is the best way to do it. Because we have to go around, up, over, and then down and around. Something like that. I also personally started doing some Abyssia grinding out in a Toa cavern, a chasm, and it's just as bad there. I absolutely hate it. The worst part is the map. I mean, this is a useless map. Just straight up, this map is useless. Our goal is to get over here at Paradomo Tor. How do we get there? How would you know how to get there? Because if you came in normally, you'd be up by the home point. It is quite literally a bunch of caves. And caves don't get maps in 11. Which means you're SOL. Which, I suppose... No, that wouldn't even be accurate to real-world maps, because anyone who in real life would make a map like this would map out the caves. We have cave maps, and we've had cave maps for centuries. Millennia. In some cases. So getting such a useless topographical map at that would only be useful if you were like flying over the place, which you would never do. Really. So, I can't really excuse this type of map as being a good map, because it is a map that would be completely useless to like 99% of the people who would actually need a map. I mean, granted, for gameplay purposes, I understand why you would do that. But from an aesthetic and in-world reason, to have a map be this bad, it makes no sense. But like I said, fortunately, the community is nice and smart, and they can make up sometimes pretty decent maps. There it is. There it is. Right. This miasma's a thing. This has always been a problem in Atoa. The unpassable miasmas. And once we get to climbing the mountain, it's gonna get even worse. Didn't even see that miasma until we were right on top of it. We're in the right coordinate square, but we're in the wrong location. No, it's a planar rift. That's not what we're looking for. A bit further south. More miasmas. Okay, we need to reach L8 anyway. There it is. Just reading, because we have exactly, after this NM dies, we will have exactly 30 minutes. Exactly 30 minutes to get to where we need to be. Here we go. Big ol' ant lion. Alright, we've got the jewel. If we fall or expire, or 30 minutes expires, we are SOL. And have to go back again. Alright. While heading northwest, hug the right wall. We can't even mount up during this. Come on, entrance. Give me entrance to mountain. Missed it. None of this is looking like an entrance. Come on, have I missed it? Did I miss the entrance? That's not it. I get the feeling I missed it. Somehow. The worst part is none of this is looking like an entrance. Or slope up at all. Like none of it. And we've about fully circumnavigated the mountain. We have, in fact, fully circumnavigated the mountain. Ha! I didn't see an entrance. I didn't see a way up. Did you? Did you? Because I sure as hell didn't. Unless this is it? That's not correct. We also don't want to fall, because that will also break the jewel. Okay, that's not it. Is this it? This looks like this could be it. Yeah, the road forks. No. I mean, that looks like I went the wrong direction. I was gonna say I have that map pulled open. It's not helping me. I'm not gonna lie. Unless this, okay, this is it. Okay, I figured out where we were at. I figured out where we are at. And if we go up, no, that's not correct. Let's not fall. Oh, I'm very aware that this is timed. Did pass a bone. I only saw the one crack. And that bone is technically in the wrong direction, too. Okay, let's go back to the crack and try and navigate from there. Because this is the correct direction from the crack. We should be going this direction. Is this... Do we cross the spine? This map I'm using doesn't have the spine until later. Yeah, because that's a dead end! Oh god, did it crack? Did we lose it? No. Thank God. No, this is wrong. Something just is not right. That's that lower ledge. But how would we even... Yeah, 'cause this is... That's a dead end. So that crack is not the crack I'm looking for. Unless it's this lower path. No, because I think this just dead ends over here. Yeah, this just dead ends. I'm very confused and very lost. It says the entrance is at K9, which is here. Which this is the entrance at K9, I think. Because it's supposed to be a left entrance, not a right entrance. It's supposed to go up to the left. And then should immediately take a... It's beginning to fade. Oh, yes. We are... Keep slipping off. Okay. If I'm correct, and that's that. This can't be the right entrance either. We're at the right spot to start, but it is not helping me. This map is very bad. Because if I am seeing correctly... then it should be this, but it does not tell me that there's a spine. And we should immediately have a right at some point, which could be this. But this just dead ends. Yeah, like immediately dead ends. As does this. Unless we're talking... No, because that wouldn't make any sense. Okay. We're winging it. This map is not helping in the slightest. That's probably miasma that is not going to dissipate. Fuck it. Just go away, you guys. I'm not gonna lie. This map, it's garbage. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Sometimes the community maps are great. Other times, this is garbage. Like actual garbage. Oh, I can't imagine how bad that'd be. It says the entrance is at K9. We're not gonna make it up the first try because God forbid there being a good map. Yeah, God forbid in the intervening 10 years someone makes a better map. I might just have to do that, make a better map for everybody. Yeah, I can't imagine 4 characters multi-boxing. That would that'd just be a nightmare. That's not the right one. Reset that bloody timer. On the completely wrong side of the mountain now, aren't I? I mean, you say that, but I don't ever plan on coming back here. Ever. I'm going to grab that geomagnetic fount at the top and never navigate it again. Like, ever. Like I'm never navigating this again. I also said earlier that Toa Chasm is probably it's a terribly designed map, and I stand by that. I hate this map. I hate it in Abyssia. It's just badly designed. This is just bad level design in general. I get that it's atmospheric and everything, and it is. But also, no one would make a map like this. No one. Oh, God. Well, I say that, but also, when this quest was new, and I'm completely on the wrong side of the bloody mountain, we're gonna have to restart this entire bloody mission again, aren't I? Yeah. Relic of an era I wish we could erase from history. Not gonna lie. And I get that they can't fix maps that are this ancient. I get that. Why they haven't made any decent maps, that's a different matter entirely. Like, even in lore, even if you consider lore as a potential reason you would make a map, no one would make that map. That map is 100% useless for anyone trying to do any even land navigation. So, quite literally, there's no reason no one would use that. No, because I have public generally blocked. I could ask and someone would probably show me up, which is true. Unfortunately, that's... There's reasons I don't do that, and it's particularly for privacy reasons for individuals. I'm streaming the game. Most people generally wouldn't have too much of a problem with that. After all, character names are generally fairly anonymous. However, that is a level of potential privacy invasion that if I can avoid it, I will. There's enough resources at this point to where theoretically you should just be able to navigate it yourself. I mean, there's the public map over here, which is bloody useless, but that's just the case. I'm going the completely wrong direction, aren't I? No, that's the right direction. And the community is generally very nice and helpful, and they would definitely help if I asked. I won't deny that. However, as someone who's trying to experience what this game is like in the modern day, I know there's plenty of servers that have smaller populations than Bahamut does. And thus, sometimes that's less of a common thing. Also, I'd like to see how much of this is. A lot of this is my play style. This is just generally how I tend to play even my normal MMOs. I do interact with people. 14, I have a group, we do content. But for the most part, if I can play a game, I will. It's mostly a me thing. I won't deny that it isn't. Alright, we're back up here. Alright. Alright, let's have a look. That's where we started. So that was one. I was going the correct direction. I just blind and didn't see that second path? That couldn't have... No. I mean, it's possible. It's possible I just didn't see the right direction. So if I'm seeing right on the video, I just didn't see it. But I'm not gonna deny isn't possible. It is entirely possible, I just missed it. It is entirely possible I did just miss it. Let's kill him again. Oh, I don't even have to kill this son of a gun again. Good. Oh, right. I mounted up. Ah, right. I forgot we can't do that. Then we hug this right wall. And this should bring us to K9. Which is just over here. Yeah, K9 is to the south. Not this one. It is this one. Okay, let's try this again. And then go up. Yes. It's a chasm to the left, which we should immediately cross. And then there was a right. Chasm. There it is. See, that's what got me was the miasma on the chasm, I think. That's what got me was the miasma on the chasm. Bone. Miasma we cannot cross. But we do need to slide down. Okay. And then we have another slide down. And we continue up, ignoring the left. Is this another miasma field we fall down for? Okay, we fell down, we went up. Yes. And then we continue up and around. I think we've got it this time. And then there's some spines. Yeah, I think we got it. It was that miasma field that threw me for a loop. That's all it was. That's all it was that miasma field threw me for a loop. Continue up until we have to slide down. See, because here's the thing. It shows that there are miasma fields we can cross. On the map, it shows miasma fields we can cross, except that first one. Except that first one. If it had shown that, if it had used the right symbol on the map, if it had used the right symbol on the map, we'd be fine. We would have been fine. And we just went up the second set of spines, which means we have to drop down at this miasma, which we cannot pass. And we should continue up, and there should be another set of spines. Yep. Yeah, I can't imagine being the first person to figure this out. Spines, and then we go up left. Although I can imagine the thrill of actually figuring this out. Chasm to the right. And then up to the left. And then a miasma field we can pass. Yeah, if it had used... He didn't... The maker of this map used the wrong symbol in the wrong location. And that... Why has that not been fixed in, like, years? Why has no one gone and fixed that? Now I'm gonna have to go make a change on the wiki. I'm gonna have to go take the guy's map, fix his map, and request a change. And you want to know what the worst part is? This is a relatively recent map. A screen-by-screen guide would really be good. Or, and here's the big thing, or if you'd use the right symbol. He has that symbol for other things. He does. Anyway. I mean, he has that symbol for other things. He really does. It's a good map otherwise. I was able to navigate that first try if he'd used the right symbol. He didn't. Yeah, and I never have to do that again. Thank God. Again, it's not a... For once, I will say this. It's not a bad map if he'd used the right symbol there. If he'd used a can pass through this miasma symbol, as opposed to a crack symbol, and it's entirely possible he didn't encounter the miasma there. He may have been there when it was not there. So he might not have known that where's miasma. But there's also like 5 video guides in the wiki. Surely one of them showed the miasma. Or in the 7 years that have passed since this map was posted, you know, you'd hope someone would have, you know, helped him make the right decision there. Well, regardless, thankfully it's done. We never have to go back here again. And thankfully the warp ring is also on cooldown, so I can just leave. It could have been worse. It really could have. Honestly, that climb is not the worst. You could figure it out and brute force it. Getting to it is annoying, and the rest of the map is annoying. That climb could have been worse. I can't imagine having to climb down the bloody mountain. Oh, that would have been annoying. Windhurst. Okay, the guy we need to look for is... Yeah, that's one quality of life thing I'm glad they added. The home point system just is so much more useful. Like, for most people in general. Oh, that sounds absolutely trollable. That sounds like something you could absolutely troll someone with Warp 2. And knowing people on the internet, they did that. Okay, we're looking for Q. Oh, I figured they would have. I'm not gonna find this person, am I? They're at F10, supposedly. Oh, they're down by the tavern. Oh. So I might just have to go and fix that map. It's not a big deal to have to change that map. I've just never done it before. Might have to register on the wiki, do all the fun, happy stuff. Change his map and be like, hey, here's an updated and better map. Everything else was accurate. Every miasma you couldn't pass, everything that was a... That is true. Yeah, and with it being as unsolo friendly as it was at the beginning, yeah, that makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense. Why trolling people would cause word to get around. Yeah, leveling was a much more laborious process back in the day from what I've read. I did get those key items right. Yeah, there they are. That was just silly. Telling me to optionally go. Yeah. Yeah, that would be one way of showing your displeasure with someone. And that would keep people on their toes, too. Especially considering white mages got the crag teleports. Yeah, white mage gets the crag teleports, so... Windhurst Walls. Back to Uran. We'll get there sometime. Here's the thing that I find most interesting. And this is a minor annoyance, and I get why. Content was released in expansions and things, so certain things are locked behind certain expansions. You can't actually do any reforging of... Oh yeah, they definitely did. I've heard lots of stories about that. I've heard lots of stories about that. One of the things that annoys me, though, and this is a minor nitpick with the way the game is currently set up, and I get that this is how things were released, you can't actually do any reforging of your artifact, relic, or Empyrean gear until a certain point in Chains of Promethea. And that's an annoyance, because getting them to reforged 109, if you can get them to that point, I believe you can just straight up upgrade them beyond that. But there's this weird spot of getting them to that point where the game's like, no, you may not. And that's just a minor annoyance. Which is why I'm in ambuscade gear, because there's literally nothing I can do. I can't get better gear.
Excellent. This is everything I need, Ethy. I'll get straight Ethy to work. Oh, and make sure you find Ethy those 3 troublemakers before I finish repair Ethying the mirror. I must fix Ethy this mirror.
Yeah, because I know Dreamscape Dynamis is locked behind 3.5.
Need to fix Ethy this mirror. I will fix Ethy this mirror.
Because I've done some... I decided to do, and did do, quite a bit of Dynamis. And actually got a lot of relic gear for just various... Oh, where is it? It's in my locker, I think. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of just random just relic gear for just all sorts of classes. Yeah, Diabolos is a good summon. Would be good for summoners. And actually, I do have another minor complaint about how and this is an entire wiki problem. It doesn't do a great job of fully explaining what to do in Dynamis, so... Oh, I got all sorts of of relic gear while I was in the... I only went to 2 Dynamuses, mind you. But I have Paladin, Dancer... Let's see, what else do we have? Yeah, Beastmaster, the Bards, the Red Mages, the Paladins, the Summoners. I got, like, 4 classes of gloves. Beastmaster trousers, Monk trousers, Ranger trousers, Blue Mage trousers, Ninja trousers, Dragoon trousers, Corsair boots, Summoner boots, Puppet Master boots, Dragoon boots, Warrior boots, Monk boots, more Red Mage gear. It's like so much random relic gear. That's true. There's definitely a way of doing it. And like I said, I also was doing some Abyssia light farming to get the boots I was missing for my Empyrean armor, which I did get. I also got some, I believe no, I didn't get any other Empyrean gear while I was out there. Yeah, there's a lot of gear. And here's the thing, some of the stuff on Rune Master, because Rune Fencer gets its own set of gears, some of it can be gotten at this point, but I'm holding off on that for now. Mainly because I know at certain points in the Deeds of Heroism you get a free 109 relic armor coupon. I'm just saving that because it sounds like a good thing to pick up a set on, to be honest. Let's see, Port Windhurst. Near the travel agencies. Oh, that's way on the other side. Yeah, there's a lot of just random gear. Although with Red Mage, weirdly enough, with Red Mage, some of the gear that is recommended is, domain invasion gear. Like, domain invasion armor's, like, considered, some of it's really good for uses. It's the, Chthonic? Yeah, Paladin is a job I have that is specifically... I mean, I have it up to level 75 for 2 reasons. One, Blathau Thicket is a great place to farm for merit points. Straight up, great place to farm for merit points. It just is. At 75, things drop like 3,000 experience, which makes it roughly equivalent to Esha. At least Zeta, which is the only one we have access to at the moment. But things just die faster. So Paladin is the job that's staying at 75 for that reason. Plus, it's actually a pretty decent job to sub into Red Mage. I'm not Red Mage, Rune Fencer. Apparently, it's a really good sub job for Rune Fencer if you're looking to do tanking. At least from what I've read. I don't know for sure. Because the guides have not been updated in I don't know how long, so it's like I'm reading some things about, oh, this is a good job for... Pramis and Soja. Yeah, I don't have any of those locations unlocked. It's the same thing with another good place. Actually, a good place to do for, from what I read, for actually capacity for job points was Dole Gates. That's deep into Adeline. We have not messed with that yet. So There's definitely plenty of farming places I haven't gone to. I don't think Soja does. Yuyuji. There's Yuyuji. Yujuju. But we'll eventually unlock Dao Gates. Could be worse. I actually spent a decent amount of time in Esha. Was not bad. It was actually pretty fun. Just killing things. I actually got a couple of job points because of it.
Extra, we hear all about it. Magic Paradise Weekly is chock-block full of the latest news of Windhurst. The next special feature is...
Oh dear.
Huh? 3 Toru wearing clothing from another country? How come you know all about Toru, our new next special feature? If you're looking for them, they were just the two sitting on top of the air travel agency, sighing as they watched the airships come and go. Those big boats are called airships, right? I wonder if one of those could take us home. But as soon as we're home, we're gonna be in big trouble. Prish is never lazy with her punishments either. No, she never holds back. She gets really ugly, that's for sure. You know, I've been thinking. I don't think that guy was our father. Nah, not our dad. Nope, not our daddy. Our father would be someone a lot more powerful. Yeah, he is our dad after all. Our daddy would have to be super duper double whammy extra wizardy wizard.
Oh no, there they go again.
And they went Taru looking for a super duper double whammy extra wizzy wizard somewhere in Windhurst waters. Extra, hear all about it. This has been a Windhurst news update with you from your friendly Magic Paradise Weekly journalist.
Oh. These three will not give up, will they? These three just will not give up. Now, I know in Final Fantasy XIV, while interracial relations... I was gonna say, the relations themselves are not looked down upon. The creation of children through those relationships is. If it is... And it's also just a lot harder than normal. Is that a thing in 11? Like, are interspecies relationships between the speaking races a thing? What I'm trying to get at is, does their father have to be a Taru? Or could he just been like a random Hyur? Obviously couldn't be a Galka. For reasons. Galka don't do that. I doubt it even crosses their minds at this point. Waters. I mean, that's also true in 14. But I was gonna say, having that kind of relationship is normally fine in 14. You will not produce children, because it's more complicated. And if that happens, generally it takes after the mother side, for the most part. And you think you'd see it, actually, you're right. Most of the races in 11 don't seem to do that. Because one thing 11's done that 14 doesn't. Oh, there's a few storylines with it. Okay. Okay. And I've realized this game is like 22 years old, so it's not entirely surprising that it would deal with it only a little bit. It is a 20-year-old game. Yeah, male Mithra. I did hear about that. Because again, it's very similar. 14 took a lot of inspiration straight up from 11. The Makote in 14 are pretty much are like almost exactly 1-to-1. The Mithra in 11. Down to the small number of males, how their societies tend to be set up. That was actually well thought through. You know, how would a society of mostly females work? Although you're right, they only recently added one to the story, which means they only recently had a male model made. Which is utterly bizarre, but amazing. I can't seem to concentrate on my work today. Why do I keep having this strange feeling that something... Father? Dad, we missed you! Daddy, your beautiful children are here! The standard introduction they do every time. Who are you three supposed to be? You probably didn't know it, Father, but we were in our mother's tummy when you were separated. In Mummy's tummy. And that's why we were looking for you all this time. Looking for you, Daddy? Hold on a moment. You think I'm your folder, Father? I'm old enough to be your grandfather. Grandpappy? Could he be our grandpa? We've come all the way from Tavnazia to look for our father. Look, 3 children. Have you even considered the fact that none of these 3 people have been to Tavnazia? Have you been asking around for people who've been to Tavnazia 20 years ago? Or are you just picking... Because it seems like they're just picking random people. Like, do they have a list of people who were in Tavnazia 20 years ago? Because they seem to be shooting at 100%, hitting people who were there 20 years ago. But it also seems like they wouldn't think that deeply into it. Okay, this is the first time they've missed. Neither one of them have been to Tavnazia. I'm a Tavnazia. I'm afraid neither I nor my daughter have been to Tavnazia. That's weird. We heard our father was a minstrel of the Opistery. That is the first time they've mentioned anything relevant like that. You know, people could have helped them. I'll give them points for persistence, but God, if they'd given out things like this, we would have known the merchant wasn't him. Uran Aran isn't even a part of that. So just... They have all these clues that they don't use. They're not very smart. I can see why Prish keeps them on a very tight leash. They are not the brightest. The 3 of them share one brain cell between them, and you can see when it bounces from green to red to blue. In that order. You're not our dad? They have a name. Are you kidding me? They had a name. These 3 idiots had a name. Minster Kahara Bahara? They had a name. They had a name this entire time. They had a name. I'm dying of secondhand embarrassment over here because these three are absolute morons. All they had to do was ask around town. Where is this man? We have a name. You three absolute morons. Oh. Granted, this is exactly 100% what human beings do, but my God, they're stupid. Yeah, they could have saved us from having to climb up that mountain if they just asked around. Oh. You three are the children of God. I can't. Oh, that... Gahara Bahara? You three are the children of Gahara Bahara? That's right! Our father's Gahara Bahara. That's why our lives are in danger! That's why we came looking for our daddy to help us. How could Gahara Bahara have children? I'm flabbergasted. Now that I think about it, he did mention a trip to Tavnazia. He said he had an encounter that would change the history of Vanadiel's people. Could he have meant this meeting with your mother? Oh, my poor little ones, I have some terrible news for you. The great and powerful Gahara Bahara passed away 20 years ago. He perished from the incredible summoning magic he used to save our beloved Windhurst. Oh, is he that idiot we saw in the cutscene? With Star Sybil. Was he that idiot? He was that idiot, wasn't he? Oh, well that explains it. Gahara Bahara's dead? He died from using summoning magic? Redeemed! Since you are terribly, wearably shaken by all this, my sincere condolences, children of Gahara Bahara. But do not despair. As the successor to all things relating to the Aposteri, I will do everything in my power to aid you. Everything in your power? You don't seem too powerful at all, Grandpa. You don't look too rich either, Grandpappy. I suppose I've no more money or power than most people. However, I'm known as the Fountain of Knowledge. All information in the books you see before you is indelibly etched into my magnificent memory. Go ahead. Ask me anything you wish to know. Okay. Who are the Kulu? The Kulu were an ancient race that no longer exists in our time. What about the Xylart? That is also the name of an ancient race that no longer exists in our time. What about Bahamut? That would be the name of an ancient worm king, the ancient king of worms that no longer exists in our time. Amazing. You managed to get every question wrong. What? What are you talking about? One more question. Who's Nagmalada? Nagmalada? Isn't that the name of a Junoan diplomat? I believe he was responsible for educating talks between the three nations during the time of the war. Wow! I knew he was somebody important. He really is important, powerful, and rich.
which... he could have been our daddy if he were a Taru Taru. What are you whispering about? Have you come to realize my greatness, children of Kara Bahara? Kahara? Bahura.
That you is gonna throw me off.
Yeah. We're gonna head for Juno now, grandfather. Head for Juno! Juno!
Oh, those three idiots. Those three idiots. Wait, Prish is in Juno, isn't she? Oh, thank God, she's gonna probably find them and keep them under control. Current region, winter... Waltz? Oh. Granted, these three are a breath of levity in this quest line. Because if I remember right, we're still on Juno's bad side, and we weren't supposed to leave. You ran, we don't need it.
It's fixed! I fixed it! I've repaired Ethy the mirror! Now, adventurer, it's time to put Ethy these false accusations to rest!
I'm sorry, Uranaran, we do not need you.
You must bring Ethy everyone here. Professor Korumoru, Professor Dr. Shantoto, the Taru Taru Times, and of course those three reputation-ruining children from Tavnazia.
Yeah, we no longer need that, I'm afraid.
What, Ethy? They've already left. What, Ethy, about this matter of questionable parentage? Simply astonishing, Ethy. Who would have guessed, Ethy, they were the children of Kaharu Bahura? Oh dear, Ethy. I think, Ethy, this all excitement has caught up to me. So what is it you want from me, then? Oh, the rhinoceros directed Ethy you here.
Oh, finally.
You wish to know, Ethy, about the Allied expedition to the Northlands?
Yes, that entire side mission was a distraction.
Since you assisted Ethy in my recent crisis, I suppose, Ethy, I can tell you what I know. I must, Ethy, warn you that precious little was discovered. That expedition mostly served to prove, Ethy, that the evil of the Northlands... when the two musketeers from the Bastokian contingency failed Ethy to return. The terrible power in that land had been whispered, Ethy, about for many years. But I do not believe, Ethy, anyone has yet managed to discern where, or what, this power truly is. Mr. Rukusukusu of the Rhinoceros is continuing to investigate the Northlands, but has discovered, Ethy, nothing more than only a few trivial elements. All I know, Ethy, is that it was the suspicious actions of the Bastok that interfered, Ethy, with the original expedition. But as for the details of what really happened, Ethy, back then, you should really take, Ethy, your questions to Bastok or Zandoria.
Ay, 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 ay. So once again, we're left with no knowledge as to what happened. Fortunately, we've already been to Sandoria. That leaves us one place to go. The Bastok. Yeah, we've got enough time to punch through this and the next quest. Because now we just gotta find and talk to Sid. The ever-present lore master. This is not his location. Sid is somewhere in here. There he is. What do you have equipped? Basic dagger, basic sword. Thief? Methinks a thief. Cause they've got the crossbow. Yes, 100% a thief. And let me guess, Dragoon. I like checking out the gear people use. What? You want to hear about the multinational expedition? What's there to know? Everyone that went on that damned mission has passed away or was. I usually don't want to believe in anything crazy like magic or curses. But after hearing about the stories about what happened up there in the Northlands, I don't think there may be any other explanation. You heard from the other two nations that the expedition was formed on the suggestion of the Republic, right? Oh, guaranteed they do. I'm looking to get that one to 99 after I get the Samurai to 99. Maybe it's one time I faced up to my past crimes. I was the one who pressured the government into sending the pod to the Northlands. 30 years ago, a man brought a strange stone to the Metalworks. It wasn't any bigger than my fist, but just by standing near it, you could feel the power flowing from its facets. Its power was bigger than that of any crystal I'd ever seen. I was shocked and amazed by what lay before my eyes. When the man told me that it was a fragment of a crystal that he found up in the Northlands, I was convinced that something more was hiding up there. I thought that if I could find that energy source and bring it to Bastok, the Republic would thrive, ultimately becoming the strongest, most advanced nation in the world. So I told my discovery to the president at the time and suggested he ready an expedition led by the Musketeers. Supposed to be top secret, but somehow the information leaked to the other two nations and, well, in the end, the expedition turned up nothing. Lost more than we could ever have imagined. Now that I think about it,
The energy from that stone may have been enough to power the crystal propulsion unit. Could Juno have already found a new power source up in the Northlands? If only I had that rock. Unfortunately, it disappeared 30 years ago. Right around the time of the expedition. The man who sold me that stone he called magicite, said he brought it from Tavnazia. It was a piece of a larger gem known as the Star of Tavnazia. Maybe that crazy blue-haired girl from the island knows something about that gem. You think maybe you could ask her for me? I mean, that makes as much sense as anything. Yeah, Thief is one of those utility classes that's just good to have up at high levels. The only reason I'm bringing Samurai to 99 is because... where is it? I got this for free. The Shikishoto plus 2, so... free level 119 plus 2 katana. Might as well bring Samurai up to that level. Not gonna hurt. It's just gonna take a little bit because... well... could take a while. Yeah, sometimes you get some great things from the goblins and their boxes. I got my Biden hander for free from the box too, so that's half the reason Rune Fencer's here is because it's like, okay, decently, I wouldn't say end game, but it's above starting gear. Sir, the airships are ready for departure. I'll be traveling in a separate vessel. If he appears before I arrive, prevent him from escaping, but do not attack. Yes, sir. It's all working as planned. Now I will finally retrieve what is mine. Nagmalada, could you stop being quite so transparently evil? Like, even for Kulu, who's in the direct employ of a Xylart, you are being transparently evil. Transparently.
Ah, Rachnios. Just the man I wanted to see. A young lady claiming to be Priscia's acquaintance is here.
Ah, Rachnios. It's good to see you again. Have you not seen Priscia about? You're searching for her as well. I see. You wish to know more of this magicite gem that the peddler from Tavnazia sold to Bastok over 30 years ago. I do recall hearing stories of the Star of Tavnazia. Unfortunately, I never actually set my eyes upon it. I do not know what it is, or if the magicite was a piece of it.
Magicite. The Star of Tavnazia.
Sir Aldo, you could not happen to know anything of this gem, would you?
I've heard stories of a mysterious gem kept in the Tavnazian Cathedral. If that relic is also magicite, I wonder in what way it's connected to the other magicite found around Vanadiel. Deep within the Orc, Kadev, and Yagudo strongholds, there are doors that the beastmen guard with their lives. Beyond this door lie great crystals emitting strange, eerie light. If the beastmen were drawn to these crystals and chose those areas to build their towns, then the match set in the Northlands is more than likely.
Perhaps someone in Tefnasia knows. However, we cannot leave without Prish. Where could she have wandered off to? Lita! That girl! She's been taken to Dr. Monbros. Monbrax.
Mombras. What? What happened?
It seems she was attacked while visiting the Temple of the Goddess.
Attacked?
Prish! I did not mean to go there. That was not where I wanted to go. Oh. Yeah, we're actually going to unlock Soja. In fact, Soja might actually be unlocked already. So we might as well get a little bit more of the story done. Until we have to head to Soja. That'll be for next time. There you are, Mombra. An acquaintance of the patient who was just brought in? That's correct. Where is she?
Ah, you know the patient. You may accompany Rachnios. I must, however, warn you. Her condition is quite unstable. It seems she is suffering terribly.
Prish!
Wait, you are... You two know each other? This noble warrior is the one who brought in our unconscious princess. Sir Tenzin. The adventurer Rachnios also seems to be acquainted with the patient.
Prish, what ill fate has befallen you? Keeper. Prish? Of the Apocalypse. Keeper of the Apocalypse? Of what are you saying? Calling me. Stop. Get away. No! amulet. It is gone. Did you not see an amulet about my dear friend's neck? Without it, she...
I apologize, miss. But at the time I found her, she was without this amulet of which you speak.
Possible. Wait, Rachnios, would you show me your amulet?
I
feel that the two may be connected in some way. Please, it may be the only way we can save Prish.
I mean, you missed me climbing the terrible mountain, which is a good thing, because it's all because of a slight error in one of the maps that someone uploaded 7 years ago. Oh, the patient's condition has been stabilized. However, she shows no signs of awakening from the deep slumber into which she has fallen. In all my years as a doctor, I've never seen anything like this. Rachnios, do you truly feel that this all has some connection to that amulet? If only that mysterious boy who dropped it were still here, he might help us shed some light onto the predicament in which we find ourselves. Boy? You do not mean that same boy with whom the ducal guard is searching for, do you? What's that? Have you also heard the rumors of a strange young man who disappeared days ago?
While visiting the palace, I was told of a certain dangerous boy. I see.
I mean, it's a very narrow ledge, so I wouldn't blame someone for falling. The only reason I didn't is because playing on controller, you don't have to set walking speed, you just have to be very careful.
I see.
This boy carried an amulet similar to that of that girl. This could also be why she was attacked.
But Prish's amulet was given to her by Cardinal Milhead. It's preposterous to think that the Cardinal could be associated with any criminals.
Yeah, that would cause you to fall several times. Colonel Milhead Meldarian of the Tavnazian Cathedral?
Yes. Long ago, the Cardinal gave the amulet to Prish after she'd been badly injured in an accident. She said it was to protect her. Ever since that day, she's not been without the amulet. But why would anyone wish to steal it?
Perhaps it was the boy who stole the patient's amulet. However, just days ago I heard the boy was recently spotted in the ruins of Sodja, deep within the dreaded Northlands.
What?
Are you positive? A soldier I treated for hypothermia mentioned that his party had seen him alone in the ruins. When the Ducal Guard learned of this, they set out for the Northlands at once. So, the fourth crystal lies in the ruins of Sodja. We have no time to lose. Wait. Before you set off on your journey, I must inform you that the ruins are controlled by an organization known as the Tenshodo. You should probably consult with them first.
I see.
Thank you for this information. Good day, Doctor. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to fix that map on the wiki and hope people on the wiki don't be like, "Hey, you changed it for no reason." I'm like, no, it is a very useful change, people. Trust me. I'm honestly surprised that map has not been changed in the, like I said, the last 7 years. It's one icon, that's all that has to change. One icon. That's what threw me off, is that one icon. I knew that there were miasmas we could pass. But it just did not. Gibby. No, I didn't think Gabby would be in here. We're looking for Gabby de Hamon. Damon. Da Momowe. Gabby de Momowe. Must be in one of the rooms then. Oh, Gabby's over here.
What? You wish to explore the ruins of Soldia? That shouldn't be a problem. We recently opened those ruins to all explorers. However, the Ten Shoto are currently conducting an investigation in the deeper areas of the Central Tower, and we can't have pesky adventurers running around getting in our way. Though, if you were to scratch our backs, we wouldn't have a problem scratching yours. It just so happens that Ten Shoto are searching for a certain jewel that's very popular in Eastern countries. What kind of gem is it? Well, they're thin hexagonal shaped and come in rare colors like carmine and cyan. I heard that rich people like to decorate their turbans with them. They sometimes even say that a strange light shoots from their centers, although I've never seen it happen. Lucky for you, we've been finding a lot of those rules in other towers in Soldia. Unfortunately, some strange device is in place that seems to weaken even the strongest of our members. That's where you come in. Now, if you were to find one of those and bring it back to me, I'm sure I could convince the boss to allow you access to the Central Tower.
That's true. We do have to farm out some of these. Fortunately, Soja has been uncapped, so it's not like it's going to be hard. I'll have to go farm. I only need one of them, really? Everyone has one, yeah. I'll do that. I'll have to do that off screen. Shouldn't take too long, because apparently the dire mites are the easiest ones and they drop a gray chip. Those things should die pretty quickly. Only one. Okay. Yeah, we'll have that by the time we get around to streaming this next week. And then the rest of this particular mission is pretty straightforward. And the other nice thing is that actually lets us unlock... after we beat this mission, we'll finally be able to finish unlock Dream World. Dynamis Dream World. Yeah, Dream World Dynamis. So yeah, that'll be an interesting one. And that would actually let us, at this point, once this quest is completed, that would also let us be able to unlock the Diablos avatar for Summoner, as you mentioned earlier. I think this is part of Named Darkness. Yeah, this is part of the Named Darkness. At least according to the wiki, it is. Right, that's in Missions, Promethea. Yeah, we're in Darkness Named right now. So yeah, that's the one. So yeah, we're actually on Named Darkness right now. So, and that'll complete mission. That'll complete the third chapter of Promethea. I forget how many. Okay, yep, there's 8 chapters. So we're getting close to halfway through Promethea. Promethea is significantly longer than Xylart, and it definitely feels right. The right length to be the first. Like, this was the. Clearly, this wasn't the first proper expansion that was Xylart, but this is the first one where they had a budget to go out on a full-length expansion. This is like double the. This is at least double the length of Xylart. And the quality level has already jumped significantly, even over Xylart. Yeah, it unlocks Dreamworld Dynamis, which I'm looking forward to doing in my own time. I don't think it doesn't unlock Divergence. Dynamis Divergence is unlocked late. Is unlocked in Rhapsodies. Which Rhapsodies is, yeah. That's 335. Which is the last, which you don't unlock Dynamis Divergence until the end of Rhapsodies, which is going to be a long time before we get there. I'm actually not sure where I left off on Rhapsodies anyway. Okay, I left at the beginning of 2-1, so we have a ways to go. Although theoretically, we could go up to 2-6 in Rhapsodies. C access. Oh yeah, there's a lot of fun to be had. Although I will admit, there's one gripe I have with the combat system in 11, and it's specifically its targeting system. Changed to Promethea 8. Okay. 8. Finish chains before doing that? Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Like I said, I did discover one. Oh, absolute virtue.
Yeah, we're not gonna be fighting that guy.
We're not going to be fighting him. Not unless we have to, which we shouldn't have to. I've heard stories about Absolute. He's even his fight in 14 is pretty fun, but I'm not going to in 11. I'll do many things in 14, but not in 11. There's just lines I will draw in 11 for good reasons. The one gripe I'm having with Dynamis, and this is Dynamis's spawning system for the NMs, for the big guys that you have to fight, is not great. And just the sheer number of mobs that will mob you is... And the respawn rate seems a little high. I'm not gonna lie. Granted, this is normal Dynamis and you can just murderize everything, but it is just problematic. The progression in there seems... It took me a while to figure out Dynamis, and there's niggling issues with its with the combat system that show up in Dynamis that haven't shown up anywhere else, which is really weird. Yeah, people did that a lot at 11. And at 75. Not at 11. God. Yeah, at 75, yeah. And Divergence Dynamis is still apparently decently well populated, and that can only be done in groups. And I get that. But even still, there's definitely some oddities with the combat system when you're dealing with that many mobs at once. That's definitely got some oddities and some quirks that are just not great. Oh, yeah, Black Mage. Yeah, sleep is a bit overpowered a lot of the time. What do you have? I thought that was a nagling you might have had. Yep, that's a nagling. But having said all that, I'm still having fun. You know, even with the niggling problems I've had with Dynamis. Specifically with Dynamis, the combat system in Dynamis, and the wiki not being the greatest way of... Doesn't do a great job of explaining Dynamis, its objectives, and the game doesn't do a good job telling you what to do in Dynamis either. So there's just some small things here that are like, you can tell this is a 22-year-old game, because it does not do a great job of explaining anything. And the wiki... yeah. Oh, I can imagine. At 75 cap, I imagine, because while I could survive it with my trusts, even then it's like when you're surrounded by like 20 to 25 mobs, even then they start to hurt. Just a little bit, mind you. They hurt just a little bit. But yeah. We'll see everyone tomorrow we're gonna play the demo of Copycat. Oddly. It's an interesting sounding little game. On Steam. We'll see how it turns out. A cat game where you're a cat trying to do things, or you're something trying to resemble a cat. I'm not exactly sure. We'll see you all next time. Final Fantasy XI will be happening next
Tuesday.
No problem. I thank you for being here. You know, your encouragement did help as I got frustrated with trying to find the exact location to start and keeping me sane during the climb that turned out to be less horrible than I thought it was. We just had a bad map. We just had a bad map. Appreciate you being here. So, we'll see you all next time.